Hey guys, welcome back to Musings of Mavri. I'm Mavri, and this is a continuation viewing of Tensura episode 5. So we just finished episode 4. Not much happened, to be honest. I wanted to get right into episode 5. It seems that there's going to be some trouble viewing in this episode, even though our little slime-kun managed to finish the quest, and now he's friends with the doors, and he's having some fun times at the bar with some hot elf chicks. But all good things come to an end, and it seems that he's now in for another little obstacle. Anyways, I went ahead and skipped the opening part, and since this is a continuation viewing, let's just see what happens next. So, starting in 3, 2, 1, play. True. Still, that is an OP power. I mean, wouldn't you be? But it seems that he was pretty senior at his company. So surely he would have had some times where he was the one attended to. A massage? I love the boob physics. On a slime? You can tell the fortune of a slime? Well, since this is a world with magic, I'm assuming fortune telling is something that has some, actual real magical properties in it. What? Who are these people? Wait, is this maybe the hero we saw earlier? Agreed. What? You sentiment? Man, so cliche. He's only gonna give him even more impossible terms. Although, since this is a minister, and he looks human, so does that mean that in this... So, even though this is a Dwarven kingdom, humans can be ministers? What? Oh! Oh! Nice! So because of this, then he joins him? Well, that was a quick turn of events. Yeah. Damn, you're still sleeping? So some backstory now? The captain of one of the 7 orders of royal knights, so he's a fighter as well. I knew it! This is not a typical medieval setting. There's electricity, there's machines. Okay. This makes things a lot more interesting now. Really? So you're saying that we shouldn't hate that guy. Is this really gonna be that wholesome? So are these like his former soldiers? Okay, the king. Nobody can tell, Rimuru. Alright, who's this big shot? Hmm. Still though, does this mean that the king need to be presiding over every single court trial? He didn't even do that much for you. I mean, I like that the king is actually, he seems a good king, he seems competent. But he could have easily resolved this whole situation by just saying, yeah, I know what you're going for. Okay, hold on a second. Damn. So they're really trying to make this wholesome. This king is badass. Hmm. Damn. Okay, now I can kind of guess why he didn't do anything. But I'll talk a little bit more about that after this ending, so I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, so that was episode 5 of Tensura. The ending had some interesting parts in it. I find that they've been changing the ending animations in every single episode, and in this one, usually it's sort of like a flashback to the episode that we just saw, but in this one, it's actually a proper ending now. And I guess you can say that there's a lot of spoiler stuff in there, which I won't go through, but, you know, it's there, so I can kind of see, like, what Slime's ability, or Rimuru's abilities is going to be like, and whether kind of companions he's going to have, but in any case, we'll leave that for the later episodes. We don't want to spoil anything right now. So, back to the episode. This was a much more interesting episode in that we see a lot more of this world, how it operates, and also just how their characters are as a whole, right? And how the series is going to proceed as a whole. So, first of all, we had this little fortune-telling thing within the bar by one of the ladies there. That one is, I'm assuming that the Japanese girl they showed in that crystal ball is probably the hero. They both seem to have similar builds, similar hair, so that's what I'm going for right now. And since we know that that hero is an otherworlder, or she was summoned from another place, during that flashback where they show the past of that girl, we see that there's a lot of other people standing beside her, right? So I'm wondering if they're all maybe people summoned from another world and coming here to help said world, help this world right now, and whether or not this will play into uh, all of those otherworlders are also going to be potential enemies of Rimuru. We don't know. It's also possible that they were all sent to lots of different kinds of worlds, and this happened to be one where the Japanese-looking one was sent to. So, maybe, maybe not. Don't know. And this actually brings up another point which I'm curious about, and that they specifically mention Japanese, right? So, probably in the original light novels, the people, like the people of this world, might not look Japanese. So it might have been like a mix of lots of different kinds of cultures and races. But since this is an anime setting, they just draw them like that. But uh, anyways, that's kind of whatever, right? We'll meet her when we meet her, since she's important. There's not much that we can infer right now from just that little clip. So then, to progress the plot, we have the asshole minister, Vesta, I believe, Vesta, coming in and making a scene and being rude, trying to provoke the slime, and the slime being, a businessman from the Japanese work culture. He's used to this kind of situation, so he's able to keep his temper, while the dwarf, being traditionally stereotyped as short-tempered, was having none of it, and uh, gave the minister a good licking. So initially, I was thinking that this seemed a little bit out there, especially since he doesn't really know Rimuru for any good amount. He has no idea of his character. He has no idea, and he's a monster to boot. So he has no idea if this slime is even a good guy or not, right? Although, thinking about it, to be fair, Rimuru did use his potions to save his three. I thought they were his sons, but probably not. They're like his apprentices, or maybe even former soldiers when he was a captain in the Royal Guard. So I guess there's that. And then he also needs to repay for using the ore, or actually the steel, the refined magisteel that that was used to create those swords. So, thinking about it right now, he's probably justified. This guy helped him a lot, so even if he's risking his own reputation or his future life on the line, I guess I can kind of see how that goes. And then so they go on this trial, right? And then I was, I thought it was going to be one of those things where, oh, so this is an evil minister who has the ear of the higher ups, so we need to do something to expose him, or he's going to be a recurring pain in the ass from the side, right? A recurring character. But no, it actually turned into a very wholesome direction. Even the dwarf himself said, don't hate this guy. He's actually very hardworking, very loyal, and he just wants to do good. So, surprisingly wholesome. It did not exactly go the way that I expected it to. So, that was nice. It was a little bit unexpected, and it's nice to have something that's not so done in cliche, right? Although, like I mentioned during the episode, see my observation skills. So this series does have machines, and it does have things such as electricity, or maybe the electricity is magic powered, something like a fusion of technology and magic. So that makes this whole series way more interesting than what it would normally be if it's just a pure medieval or fantasy type of setting, right? Because it opens much more possibilities. And the scale of things can also increase because with machines comes scale. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they can utilize those machines and whatnot within the series. Probably going to be on the battlefield, if we're honest, because most technological advances come from wars. Okay, and then so we go to the trial, and then the badass king comes out. So originally I was like, is this going to be some kind of arrogant hotshot and whatnot? But no, he's a very competent king. He knows what he's doing. And so we go through the whole trial and whatnot, and so it's obvious that the king knows what's actually going on, and so that's why he basically, it was his way of pardoning them without actually pardoning them, right? So originally I was a little bit confused as to why he would do that, because it seems that he does believe that the dwarf, I already forgot his name, is a loyal dude, a loyal guy, and he probably served him very admirably. So I was surprised, and he also knew of Rimuru's abilities, right? He knew that he already knew of his ability to produce these amazing potions, so he's not something, Rimuru is not someone or some monster to be taken lightly. So originally I was, and he even said to Vesta, right? So you have cost me good relationships with this slime. So originally I was thinking, so why not just come out and say, oh yes, I know everything, and you guys are pardoned and whatnot. Hey, let's all be friends. But then in the ending, it dawned on me that yeah, if you think about it, he's still a monster, right? So even though dwarves are non-human, they're still not. I guess they're a type of civilized race, whereas slimes are just monsters. But this is a slime that's exhibiting very fearsome abilities, so he's actually something or someone to be feared and to be cautious of, and that's why he sent a spy to tail Rimuru's movements and what exactly he's trying to do. So in this context, it kind of makes sense. He doesn't necessarily want to befriend him, he just wants to make sure that he's not going to do anything to jeopardize his kingdom. So I guess, and again, possibly to save the face of Vesta. So judging by their conversation, the king still very much values Vesta as, he thanks him for his services, right? So probably he also doesn't want to embarrass Vesta in front of everyone by calling him out publicly. So maybe some kind of politics at hand there, and if that's the case, well, even more respect to him, right? So he managed to think of a solution that saves the face of everyone and gives them the option of doing what they actually want. So kudos to him. kudos to him. And I guess that about concludes my review for this episode. So we got a lot of background information. Now Rimuru has his blacksmith, has his carpenters and whatnot. So I'm assuming next episode they're just gonna go straight back to the Goblin Village and start rebuilding, I guess, even though, again, I still want to know what exactly Rimuru is trying to accomplish. But hopefully we can see that in the next few episodes. So, I think that's about it, and without further ado, let's just go straight into the next one. See you guys later.